They think their time is now, and they want to make a bold move with the new hire.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Charlotte basketball.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And here is Ball. Took him no time at all on that one.
Yes, sir. LaMelo Ball has handles, folks. He can get where he wants to on the floor. What a move.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes before the game. He's looking for his guys to put up a terrific performance tonight, especially at the defensive end. He said, we want to use our length and athleticism to protect the rim and make it hard for shooters to get clean looks. This is the first meeting of the season between these two. Guys, we'll see how it comes out.
Appreciate it, D.A. They'll be trying to lock it down defensively. Guys, what do you think?
If you want to avoid a run-and-gun type of situation, this is the approach you need to take.
Well, they know they can score in the half court as well. That's your trouble defensively. If you want to take something away, you have to give up something else.
Look. Rozier's checked in for Oubre. Sharp's checked in for Portland. Johnson comes in for Anfernee Simons. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rozier against Johnson. Outside, Ball. Pass to Hayward. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Rozier. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Portland leading. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. Jalen McDaniels is out there with Hayward. And it's Richards in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the Hornets 5. A guy who hasn't played a lot of ball. Sharp, though, has all the all-star tools they think available to him.
An exceptional shot maker from outside. And he's got great vertical bounce, almost a 7-foot wingspan, and he is relentless in his attack.
Johnson can't get it to go. Charlotte, their last game, a win against the Washington Wizards. It's stolen by Johnson. .116 left in the first half of basketball. And again, it's Portland converting.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Ball kicks to Hayward. And there's the pass to Rozier. Kept alive.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now, here's Nurkic. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Unloads from 9. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Nurkic. And it's 8 points for Johnson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And taken away by Johnson. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Over Rozier. Another miss by Johnson. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Johnson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Hart in at the small forward position. Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
Lillard surveying the D. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
And you see the confidence Lillard has from that spot. You expect him to knock those down.
Hayward against Hart. The kick out to Rozier. And he banks in the layup. Rozier's got 4 points this quarter.
There is no fear when it comes to Terry Rozier. This guy is a scorer at heart, even if it means getting it done in the painted area.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And you can just sense his determination, trying to do everything he can to keep this game within reach.
Hornets trail by 8. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, you may not know this, but Gordon Hayward was a 2-time Indiana State singles champion in tennis. He says, in high school, I was better at tennis than basketball, but I've always loved hoops more. Thankfully, I was able to grow throughout high school to get to the frame I have now. He has certainly filled out in the NBA. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been a terrific player to watch and follow. The injury is significant, but he continues on. David, thanks.
And after winning the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball was even better this sophomore campaign. He continued.
Substitution
Checked in for the Hornets. Ball comes in for Dennis Smith. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Eubanks. Jeremy Grant comes in for Nasir Little. Johnson, he's checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's Damian Lillard in for Peyton. And for LaMelo Ball's second year, Greg, where did you see him improve the most?
I think taking on more of a scoring load. Ball's points per game were significantly up. But LaMelo also improved his three-point and free throw shooting numbers. So rounding out that offensive game will be important.
The forwards are Hayward and Washington. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Hornets 5. Johnson. Second shot opportunity, and Nurkic finishes inside. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Isn't it great? The NBA is becoming a global product as more games are scheduled overseas. Doris, any locations you'd like to go to call a game? Maybe you and I could do a game in the Bahamas. How does that sound?
I love it, Kevin. If they're tipping it up, I'd love to be there. And think about it, beyond the travel and the opportunity to see the world, the opportunity to expose new fans to this game that we love so much, certainly not something to take lightly.
Here's Johnson. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Portland?
For 2.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
I think tonight has also, guys, been about the lost art of the mid-range jumper. If you utilize that in-between game right, there's plenty of value in it.
Free throw good, Nurkic.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. Last year, as we know, the NBA, Doris, named the members of the 75th anniversary team. Any players that were missed that you think should have been on that list?
I mean, the one guy that comes to mind immediately is Klay Thompson, who will go down as one of the great shooters in NBA history. The problem for voters, I think, is the challenge of weighing the accomplishments of prior generations with what we are witnessing today. It is a challenging vote. There's no doubt Klay will be top 100 when it comes in 25 years.
Hornets trail by 20. Hayward looking over the floor.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To the inside. Here's Plumlee. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Damian
It's on
Lillard.
Damian Lillard.
Third
No
personal
question,
foul.
he got bumped on that shot.
Second team foul. At the line for your Hornets, Mason Plumlee, taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Lillard the pass to Johnson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Assist from
10 points for Johnson.
Damian.
You know, often we
Lillard.
think of Dame as a scorer first, but
Hornets timeout
they're
call.
reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And the Hornets call time here. They're down by 21. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This
that's
one was
the end of
over
the
well
ball game.
before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting
We
for
want to thank
something to get
everyone who
excited
came out
about,
for
Greg,
tonight's
but they
game.
never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this
Please
win.
get
They
home
made it look
safely.
really
Come see
easy.
us again
What
soon.
an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
I told you we'd have a good time.
This was great. This was great.
Good.
Hey, you know, I'm sorry for blowing up on you the other day. This is just, it's really hard for me to deal with. You know, it's too much at times.
I know, but you don't have to figure it out alone. You've got a whole team just here to support you.
There's nothing to figure out, though. What do you think I'm doing? Giving half effort? Mila, I am working myself to the bone right now.
I know. I think it's time to work a little harder. The MP that I fell in love with would not just roll over and give up like this.
I'm not giving up. That's not what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm back, baby. Hey, turn me up a bit. Turn me up some. Yeah. Ooh, hey, look. They're like, ain't no way he back. I'm back. Guess again, you best pretend.
Now, who's the only other NBA athlete to have a 60-point triple-double?
Was it Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron James, James Harden, or Magic Johnson?
If you answered the beard, then congratulations. Here's some VC to start off your new year.
One of my favorite things about my career in 2K23 is that your character will come across some big names giving you some good advice.
Well, Grant, it's still early in the season, but when you're on a team, do you have a good sense of where you stand in the league at this point?
Well, it's hard to say. The year is just getting started. You just never know about injuries, trades, chemistry, how it all comes together. So I think most players aren't too concerned with the standings just yet.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. The forwards, Hart and Grant. Damian Lillard out there with Johnson. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. For three, here's Lillard. Sinks it from distance.
And this is where Lillard is most dangerous. He's going to look to shoot a lot of threes.
Pass to Daniels. Now Nance. Here's Daniels, covered by Johnson. And he jams it home with authority.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Outside Hart. Nurkic with the ball. 13 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And Nurkic with a nice job there, willing to share the ball with his teammates.
Pass to Daniels. And he drives in. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Pelicans. Daniels taking 2 shots.
And he makes a first. Well, it almost feels like we didn't get to see the real Pelicans last year with a superstar out all season, Brent.
Well, BA, I might tell you that you did. I mean, Coach Green did a heck of a job in his first year bringing these guys together. And look, if I was on the sidelines and I was a guy who could propel this team moving forward, I would want to be a part of that kind of success.
And so he makes both from the line.
As one of the top two-way players in the draft, Daniels was on a lot of teams' radar, and that kind of versatility will always get a player some attention.
Now here's Hart. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. The shot by Johnson, no good. Ingram on the wing. He's covered by Hart. Offensive rebound. Missed inside. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Johnson, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
For New Orleans, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Daniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum. He's got 6.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
He made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Johnson with a bucket.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Here's Daniels. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Simons is checked in from Portland. Lillard passes to Hart. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Pass to Simons. The 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
The Pelicans trail.
Well, we've seen Anthony Simons gradually progress over time and given opportunity with Lillard being hurt last year. And this guy is showing that he's an offensive guy and ready to explode.
Daniels, that one's true.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Simons outside. Back to Lillard. Pass to Hart. Graham, right side. Shot clock at 5. Yes! Great play by Lillard to set it up. And Brent Simons is one of those guards you love having in your rotation.
Yep, a volume three-point shooter. And the one thing about him, BA, that's standing out is the ability off the bounce to get to that shot. He's very good at it at a young age.
Time called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And one thing I've learned through the years is no matter the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And it's a completely new group for the Pelicans. A big group substitution here for Portland. Eubanks, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Watford comes in for Grant. Little's checked in for Hart. And Payton is subbed in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Jones, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. Pass to Hayes. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
Here's Little. Simons up top. Back to Little. And he buries his first look.
Simons playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Pass to Murphy. Over to the wing. Now here's Hayes. He's covered closely. Payton against Graham. Misses the 3. Portland has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Payton passes to Simons. Jones with some nice D.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Trailblazers up 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second. The perimeter filled up by Simons and Hart. Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. And it's Lillard in at the point. They get it back. Nurkic from deep. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Outside Ingram. You know, one expression you hear from a lot of coaches nowadays, threatening drives. What's the value of breaking the paint?
BA, dribble penetration is so important, particularly in today's game. With the spacing and the great shooting on the perimeter, if you can get to the paint, one, you may score at the rim, but if the defense collapses, now you have an opportunity to find an open shooter from 3.
Now here's Hart. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Simons outside. They shoot again. The Pelicans pull it in. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Now here's Hart. Simons outside. From downtown, Trailblazers keep it alive. Count that bucket. Nurkic has got 4 points this quarter.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
And Nurkic, one of the tough guys that you rely on out there. You know, scary injury for him back in 2019, but able to overcome that roadblock and get himself back and healthy.
Now here's Ingram. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Chicago.
And his court vision was sensational as well. He was making all the right decisions.
Here's Harden. Lillard outside. Three-pointer. Murphy pulls it in. Well, Brett, while it was scary, Nurkic came back from injury just as good as ever.
Yeah, with a major injury like that, you figure it's going to alter your game, but really Nurkic has been able to get back in and kind of double down on what he does well. That's playing physical, being a post presence.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. And that's why they continue to get attacked.
New Orleans calls timeout. This is the first time they've seen Portland this season.
Oh, they dominated this team a season ago. They beat them every time they played.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
Come on, Pelican fans, on your feet and get loud for your Pelicans dance team.
So for the Blazers, Watford's checked in for Grant. Little comes in for Hart, and Payton is subbed in for Simons. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Ingram. And here's Jones.
In the first half. 2 minutes.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Brandon Ingram. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Johnson, he's checked in for Lillard. Now here's Johnson. He has 6. Over Jones. And that one hits the back iron. For New Orleans, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Down low. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Portland has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Pass to Little. Here's Watford. To the paint. Outside Johnson to the inside. Just 4 to shoot. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Portland, Jackson. Taking 2
And he
shots.
knocks down the first one. And Johnson drops them both. For New Orleans, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Graham finds Jones. 55 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Portland leading. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Little's shot is good.
Physical at his size and very athletic. Little has no trouble converting through contact. I mean, that could have been a foul.
And that replay showed how sensational that drive truly was.
Yeah, nice finish from him on that drive. Uses his body well and helps extend the lead.
Trailblazers 5.
So for the Blazers, Eubanks comes in for Watford, and it's Sharp in for Johnson.
Blazers substitution. Drew Eubanks. Sharp.
Right side, Graham. Pass to Marshall. The three. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Portland the other way.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Payton. Here's Little. 6 to shoot. Lays it up and banks it in. Little's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Making the effort to get himself a high percentage opportunity. And Nasir Little just aggressive.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And the Pelicans shooting around 35% from the field so far. We've got Brandon Ingram. C.J. McCollum is out there with Larry Nance. And it's Marshall in at the 4-man position. That's the Pelicans 5.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Balanced play. has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Well, all night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now. Jeremy Grant came into the league as a defensive specialist, just really long and gangly, but after leaving Philly, he thrived as a role player on both the Thunder and the Denver Nuggets.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Lillard passes to Johnson. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And for Grant, in 2020, he wanted the opportunity to finally be the focal point on offense.
And BA, he got that chance. He averaged 10.5 points in his first 6 seasons, and then he jacked that number up to over 22 points a game in his debut season with Detroit. I guarantee you the Blazers are looking for that kind of production alongside Dame Lillard.
New Orleans has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Ingram against Hart. Ingram, the pass to McCollum. And again, New Orleans, no good.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
And the shot goes in.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
You know, BA, even with the game well in control, he's going right at the rim. I love it.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, guys, with the yearly roster moves, it might be hard for the casual fan to keep track. But Commissioner Silver said it's a necessary side effect. He said, quote, "We tried to tie performance to pay in a closer way, and I think that's what you see with shorter contracts." Brian, more player movement has been the result.
Yeah, good point, Allie. Thanks.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Johnson with a bucket.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
The Pelicans have gotten off to a rough start. Now 0 for 5 in the second. And a foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Well, Grant, I know you collect art, so we've been hearing all about these NFTs that teams and players are creating. I'm going to need a little instructional here. What's it all about?
Oh, BA, first of all, memorabilia and collectibles have always been around. But yes, NFTs have taken it to a whole nother level. And yes, I do have an NFT. I don't fully understand it, so I can't explain it to you. But I know it's the next big thing, that's for sure.
Here's Daniels. The Blazers making their last shot. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Lillard. Oh, sweet move. And the layup is up and in. Lillard's got 7.
Aggressive scoring is great, but when it comes with the efficiency that Lillard plays with, man, he does it on the perimeter and he gets inside too.
And the Pelicans call time here.
Now you look at the resume of one Damian Lillard, and there's just no shortage of clutch moments and amazing individual performances in big playoff games.
And the Blazers making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Jones, pass to Murphy. Inside. McCollum's shot is off. And with Lillard, he has to be considered among the best point guards of this generation, Brendan.
Well, he said some interesting things with regards to comparisons, BA. There's only one player at his position that he can accept being ranked behind, and that's Steph Curry. You talk about 2 guys up in the stratosphere of where point guards of today's game are playing, and Dame is sitting on that cloud 9 with Steph.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. The Blazers making their last shot. Pass to Jones. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Simons. And the Pelicans miss again.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Now here's Hart. Back to Lillard. Takes a three. The shot won't fall.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Pass to Murphy. Looking to end the drought. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Grant, left side. The three is up. And the call will be against Brandon Ingram. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes. Hernan Gomez comes in for Ingram. And Devontae Graham is subbed in for McCollum. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Floats one, and it's Simons missing. They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
Here's Simons. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. On the wing, Payton. Simons outside. Pass to Sharp. 30 seconds left in the third. Can't get it to fall. Boy, the Pelicans have really had a tough go here. Here's Jones. Simons with a rebound. Simons got his 4th rebound in this one. Three-pointer. Jones grabs the board.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
Graham, that's good.
Graham, not just a jump shooter, getting inside to find 2.
Simons outside over Jones, and he's off from 17. And so it's Portland with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Back to the game after this break. Take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Taking a look at the Trailblazers. Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. Johnson is out there with Gary Payton II, and it's Sharp in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Johnson. 4 on the clock. And the 3 off target. Well, New Orleans shooting just 28%, lacking confidence on offense right now. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Grant, when you see players make that leap from star to superstar, think about guys like Giannis and Jason Tatum. I mean, what is that step like? You did it.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you come into the league and you have success right away, but at some point, everything just clicks. It could be year 4, year 5, year 6, usually in that window where now you figure things out and now you take that next step and become elite. Now, BA, you know, I'm hoping that things start to click with me in my golf game. It's been about 4 or 5 years there, too.
Superstar status is not in the cards for you on the golf course, Grant. Hart's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Payton. And Portland has possession. Outside Hart. Up top, Johnson. Pulls up. That's miss number 5 on the night. 6 for 11 now. And here are the Pelicans now. Pass to Daniels. McCollum with it. Here's Murphy. Out to the wing. Right wing. Here's Daniels. Another shot. Marshall. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
We probably have to touch on as well that tonight their penetration has been awesome. I mean, they put force on this game, attacking off the bounce, and a willingness to do that has paid off.
Brandon Ingram is checked in for Murphy. Hits both from the stripe. A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Back to Lillard. Pass to Johnson. Off the left rim and out.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
On the take. Here's Daniels. Here's Marshall. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. It's Hart on the wing. Portland again missing.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Ingram. And it's Portland with a rebound. Lillard's got 5 rebounds in the game. Shot's good by Hart.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
And we just had to take one more look at that great drive. New Orleans calls timeout. Looking at players with limitless range, Grant. Damian Lillard right at the top of that list.
Oh, B.A. And Lillard, he can just make it look so easy. He gets a lot of his strength on his shot from his legs. On the short list for players you don't mind pulling up from the logo.
McCollum outside to the middle. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And C.J. McCollum getting more on-ball action after his move away from Portland, Craig.
And McCollum has showed that's where he's best. Great at breaking down defenders and setting up others. He looks very natural as the primary playmaker.
Touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Johnson. He takes it in, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
The free throw dropped for Johnson. And the game is growing by leaps and bounds globally. How does the league continue to ride that wave?
Well, I'll tell you, BA, it's not hurting that you have an MVP that comes from Europe. I mean, Nikola Jokic bringing a lot of tension back to the league with his dominant play over here. But Commissioner Silver continues to explore all the corners in which he can continue to introduce the game, introduce the entertainment, and introduce the community aspect of what being a partner with the NBA is all about.
Now here's Lillard. Right side Johnson. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 6 assists now in the game. 1:52 left to play in the fourth quarter. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Daniels, covered by Johnson. Marshall, the second chance points on the tip in.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Outside Johnson. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Trailblazers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
So no problem for Portland as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson.